What's up, everybody? So I'm back again today with another guitar lesson for you. Today we're going to take a look at the Vince Gill classic, Take Your Memory With You When You Go. We're going to break down the solo section that he does in the middle. Before we break the solo down, let's go over the chord changes that we're playing over here so that we just know what the chord structure is. Song's in the key of E, so we're going to be playing over the 1 chord, or the E, 2 bars of the 1 chord, then we go to 2 bars of the 2 chord, which is going to be an F sharp. Then we go to the 4 chord, or the A chord, then the 5 chord, which is a B, and then back to the 1 chord, 2 bars of that, then we resolve to the 5 chord, or the B, for the second verse. We go back into a verse. So let me break this solo down for you slowly. Now, let's make a note that we're playing out of our cage system here, out of the C shape E chord or the D shaped E chord, both of those. Those two shapes kind of overlap, so we're playing out of that. So the first lick, so if we just play that much, that's totally like an Allman Brothers thing. If you think of Jessica, kind of the same thing. The Allman Brothers, they always put the 4 in there. They would do the triad, the 1, the 3, and the 5. They would add the 4th in there. So same with this. There's your 4 right there, right? Because here's your root. So your 4 would be an A. Here's an A note. So, right? So it's kind of got a lot of that Allman Brothers vibe to it there. So let's break this lick down. So we're thinking out of this D shape here. So first finger is going to be on the 4th fret of the G. Middle finger is going to be on the 5th fret of the B, and then first finger down here on the 4th fret of the little E. So write down our triad there. Also, make note with your right hand, this is a swung, kind of a shuffle groove. So you want to shuffle that. It's not straight eighth notes. They're swung eighth notes. And if you really listen into the hi-hat, the groove that the hi-hat is playing on the drum set for this song, that's where you're going to get your rhythm, okay? So we've got... Once again, slowly. Pinky comes down to 7th fret of the little E. First finger on the 4th fret of little E. 5th fret, little E. Pinky down here to 7th fret of the B. 4th fret, little E. So then we're going right back down that triad. Then we come down to 2nd fret of the G with our first finger. So okay, that sets us up for lick 2. Playing right down the E major pentatonic. All these notes are they're all major, right out of the major scale or the major pentatonic. Okay, so what I'm doing after I come down to 2 on G, I come to 4 on D and I slide to 6, and this is a quick slide. And after I slide to 6, I'm going to play 4 on G, 5 on B. That sets me up to use my ring finger here to slide from 7 to 9 on B. So I'm going to play 9 on little E, 7 on little E. So once I do that, I go into the next lick. Okay, so, and what this does, this brings us to our 2 chord, or our F sharp. Kind of gives us that chord tone. And he resolves that on a chord tone of that chord there. So, all right, so slowly, once again, I'm going, let's see here. Make sure on that bend there, after I slide down on the B string from 9 down to 7, do a pull off to 5, play 6 on G, I'm doing this bend. This bend has to be in tune. So it's a full step bend on the 7th fret. So you need to play that note. Right? Bend it up. Play it again, release it back down. Then do this chromatic, or you can slide it. Okay, you can pull off or slide from 5 to 4 on B, or then doing 6, 5, 4, 3 on G. Classic Vince Gill right there. I think he did another lick that went in another solo in the key of D. Let's see. Let's see what. Forget what that solo was. I think it was I'm Still Trying to Get Over You. He did that. Let's see, what was it? Something like that, right? But Vince loves those little chromatic leading licks that lead into chord tones of the next chord that you're going to. So really, really great. This is a great way to play over these chord changes, right? So, all right, back to the solo. Then we go to the 4 chord, so we're changing up to this shape, or here, still playing out of our C shape or our D shape, we're coming up to A. Okay, what we're doing here is we're sliding in from 10 to 11 on D, playing 9 on G, 10 on B, sliding 12 to 14 on B, then doing a slide in to 12 on little E. Don't really matter where you start that slide in. So then we're immediately playing 14 on B. So we got that's all over the 4 chord or the A chord. Then we come to 10 on B, play the 11th fret on G, bend it up a whole step. This is another whole bend. So you're trying to get to that note there, that tone. Release it. Go to 9 on G, 8 on G, and back to 9. And that gets us back to our 1 chord. So this is my favorite lick of the solo, this last lick here. Let me play it slow. Man, what a lick there. You can resolve this so many different ways. So if I did the lick just like the record, but I didn't want to resolve on the 5, say I wanted to resolve on the 4, instead of landing here, I could go here. So right, such an easy lick to resolve wherever you want it to resolve to. You just got to find these chord tones of the chord that you're wanting to resolve to, right? So talking about chord tones, this last note, I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but we'll get back here in a minute. So the note I'm ending on, I'm going to the 5 chord, right? So I'm ending on this note. Well, this is not a B note, but it's a chord tone of that B chord. Here's my B, so this would be the F sharp, which is the 5, right? That's the 5th of a B chord, right? So if I wanted to end on the root, if I wanted to go to the root of this song, which would be E, if I wanted to end on the 1, well, here's my 1. I can find a chord tone, which is here. That's the 3rd of the E. So I could go, let's see. I could end there. That's a chord tone of the E chord. If I wanted to end on the A, here's my, this is an actual root for A. This is an A note. I could go there, right, and end on the A. So a lot of ways you can end this, but let's break this lick down. So what I'm doing a pull off from 9 to 7 on little E. Okay? The pull off is going to be 9 to 7, go immediately to 9 on B. Then do a slide from 7 to 5 on little E. Then you're going to 7 on B. Then I'm sliding from 5 to 4. Coming right down this little triad out of the D shape. This time I'm kind of thinking out of our C shape, right? So C shape would be here. If I wanted to play a suspended, I'd be thinking thinking there, right? There's the fourth. So that's kind of what I'm thinking out of. So slowly. Okay, last part. Just going right this. We did this lick earlier. We went earlier when we went from 4 to 6. This time I'm just going 5 to 6 to resolve that. Right. So once again, that last lick super slow. What a solo. This is such a melodic solo. I love these melodic solos that really align or really bring out these chord changes, right? This is what the guitar is all about. It's playing these chord tones and really understanding what you're playing over, right? And we want to break out of this box where we're just playing, if we're in the key of G, we're just sticking in the G major or G minor pentatonic, whatever works with the song. We want to really break out of that box and really start looking at these chords that we're playing over. So this is a perfect song and a perfect solo for that as well. Here's a little bonus for you too, if you've stuck around this long. So that little steel lick goes, let's see here. So we're in E. So it goes. So if you don't have a steel guitar player in the band, or you don't have another lead instrument that's doing that, or if you wanted to play that along with the steel or fiddle or whoever's playing it, you can do that as well. And I'm just using these 6. We've talked about playing in 6 before, right? It's where we're playing the E major scale, but we're playing at 6 intervals apart, and we're kind of harmonizing with ourselves. So what I'm doing there, if I do that slowly, is. So I'm basically walking up to the 4 chord. That's the 4 or the A chord, right? There's your A. Then I'm walking back down to the root. So there's the root. Then I go to the 4. That's the 4. Right, the B. Still the 4 chord, right? Walk back up to the 1. Right? So, little added bonus for you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this lesson. I've got tabs over on my Patreon page. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button down below. There'll be a link to my Patreon page. I've got some cool stuff over there for you. All right? See you guys on the next one.